No, just Rusty. Yeah. Well, I hope we're getting a game on those screens again. I would assume so. Okay, good. Okay. Thank you. McKee, Yakney, Kirsch, Podvy, Weiss, Charlton Burns, Weiss, Friedman, Hayner, Bat, Reich, Gold, Stu Sturpine. No, I know. I'm just going, I'm reading. Yeah. Well, we probably go light on the Haudenosaunee coaches. We're also getting live scoring right away. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's Stamper's call. I don't need it because I can refresh it on the fly. So. Quick intro. You're good. I'm corrected in saying Podvy, correct? Yeah. Podvy. Yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah, no, it'll be fine. Quick one. I think I'll keep my thoughts a lot more condensed. And then, yeah, Rusty, once he wants to shut up, just throw it back downfield, and we'll say, all right, let's head down to the game. Okay.
Who is home? Haudenosaunee? Okay. So Gold is starting for IIJL.
Do we have a starter for Haudenosaunee? Hill?
I don't know. I think it's
Okay.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, Rusty, we don't know who the starter is for the Haudenosaunee, so we'll be able to see.
Oh, yeah.
Cody
Jansen. With a J and a Z.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Thank you.
We are in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, at the Canada Life Centre for day 2 of the World Junior Lacrosse Championship. I am Steven Stamp, joined by Cody Jansen. and we've got an exciting matchup tonight. The 1-0 Israel versus the Haudenosaunee making their debut here at the tournament this year, and we've been looking forward to this.
Well, I'm interested to see how Haudenosaunee comes out here. They've obviously got the fresh legs, but for Israel, they got a few extra touches yesterday in a 17-10 win over Poland where they started to gel together.
We'll see how things play out, whether it's the fresh legs or the extra time together that makes the key difference tonight as we get day 2 going here at the IIJL World Junior Championships. Our starting goalie for the Haudenosaunee is Dehonadage Nicholas, and down at the other end, he gave us a little smile. And at the other end, Justin Gold gets the start. Jaxson Hayner played last night, so Gold comes in for Israel this evening. And I apologize to the Nicholas family. I have been working on Dehonadage's name and all the names for both teams. I think we're ready to roll, Cody. And what do you see happening early on is, first of all, we're going to have a couple of threes at the faceoff dot.
Well, you're going to need to see Israel step up their defensive game. That's the key here, right? Haudenosaunee, we know how fast they are. They're not that big of a team, but boy, if you let them run in transition, they are going to make you pay. So one, that's my key for Israel. You've got to slow them down. But the offense, they got to capitalize early. You can't fall behind against a team as good as the Haudenosaunee because they're not going to let you back with any freebies.
And one of the keys that you talked about, the speed, which is so true of the Haudenosaunee and the defense for Israel. And it's not just taking away transition. It is the quickness around the offensive zone. We were watching them practice this morning, and just how sharp the Haudenosaunee are coming off their cuts, coming around picks and things. Even in practice, you can see they were fired up and ready to go. This is the captain Lucas Podvie for Israel, and Lalunya Howie Francis taking the face-off, but is Podvie with the win for Israel, and they will get the first offensive possession. Here comes Ben Hobday, just getting their 5th attacker out there, and Will Adams hands it off in the corner. That's Justin Charlton, had a great two-way game yesterday. Here is Jackson Porter. First shot, Nicholas with no problem with that save. Hands it off there to Brody Thomas, and just like that, the Haudenosaunee are in the offensive zone. Cole Powless. Here's Mitch Van Every. He'll leave it there for Oneniotekowa, Maracle. Israel coming way out defensively. It'll be interesting to see if they keep pressuring out that far, if that's part of the game plan. A little underhand shot, and that one's in. Looked like Gold got a piece of it, but Maracle trickles that one in behind into the net. 1-0 Haudenosaunee, just under a minute in.
And this is the quickness I was talking about. When you look at their ball movement, it's a perfect little pick there by Maracle. Frees himself out a couple of feet in space. He's able to walk towards the goal. Bat can't get there in time. And it's a shot that goes 5-0 on Gold, who hasn't played yet in the tournament. This one squeaks through him. 1-0 Haudenosaunee.
It looked like it may have gone right foot, left foot, and over the line. A little pinball action going on. And the Haudenosaunee have the face-off now, and a dead breakaway. That's a big save for Gold. All kinds of pressure right off the draw from Thunder Hill. And then the forecheck pressure from Hill almost caused a turnover. Israel will get across. And, we talked a little bit to some of the coaching staff for Israel, and they said definitely, we got to step our game up. Last night was great, but this is a whole new challenge. Yakney gets stripped, breaking out the other way. Owen Van Loon, the shot, Gold, makes the stop, had no idea where the rebound went. Luckily for him, Yakney was back and was able to get it. Here comes Justin Tepper.
Well, that's not the most comfortable save I've ever seen a goaltender make, but that's 2 big saves in a row for Israel, keeping a minute early.
They don't ask how, they ask how many, and almost one for Yakney, who had a hat trick last night for Israel. Off the outside of the post, though, into the corner. Actually pinged off the official's foot. Quickly up the floor is Blake Maracle. Maracle watched immediately by Austin Reich. The Haudenosaunee really spreading things out, and they score from the outside. A rip from Oneniotekowa Maracle. He's on fire early on, just over 2 minutes in. It's 2-0 Haudenosaunee.
Just too much time. We've seen Maracle. He's a great shooter. We saw it in shoot-around this morning. But right there, it's right around the defenseman. It's off the hip. He pulls it short side, puts it past Gold. And there's a perfect replay angle as well where you can see him. For Gold, you don't get a clean look at that shot. So when someone like Maracle is going to put it in the spot he wants, yeah, it's going to end up in the back of the net.
The big pick from Haudenosaunee as well that took Podvie out of position, and that's part of the effect of spreading the offense out, right? It's hard for Griffin Weiss there to get over and be in position to make the slide in time. There's Podvie and Weiss combining. Sorry, Podvie and Tepper. There's a broken stick, and that's Podvie. So he is back in the middle, and that is trouble. And he does a great job, rushes over. That may have been the face-off twig. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Is that good? It is good. Just beating the 30-second buzzer. Damon Dockstader with the backdoor quick stick.
Dockstader just as that was expiring. It's a perfect feed to across. And you see it where Podvie's going to go get his stick, right? And that's that side of the floor. So the defender may be a little bit distracted by it, seeing what's happening over there. It's a perfect pass, and Dockstader makes him pay with a quick stick. Gold can't get over there in time. 3-0 lead here early.
And that was Podvie you saw on the right of the screen just coming back into the play. And I don't know that it was a mistake for him to go get a stick.
No, not
it
at
wasn't
all.
far, and he was coming back. You could tell he was judging the situation. And Dockstader was covered by a defender, just not closely enough. Another chance, a save by Gold, who's going to have to be ready for a lot of rubber today. And here comes Griffin Weiss. Some pressure all the way out near center. Big check from Oneniotekowa Maracle, and then another one. He's got a couple goals, and here he is playing some tough D, and he will now head off with one last check. And the man who replaces him immediately on top of Will Adams. This is a physical, aggressive Haudenosaunee squad. And a rip underhand, nice shot. Nick McKee, the big gunner last night, and he has gotten the Israel team on the board.
Well, it took him 3 minutes and 20 seconds to do so, but it's nice to see McKee really get back to it. He had 7 points yesterday. This is his third goal of the tournament. It's just a perfect underhand shot. Rips it past Nicholas on the far side. Outside look. Maybe one Nicholas does want back after the fact, but that one just beats him low.
Huge for Israel not to let it just keep piling up. You have to have a response. And it's difficult because there's constant pressure we saw. And here's a break right off the face-off. Nice trail check by Lou Alfred, but still getting the shot off. Excellent effort by Jaxson Porter to fight off the check. And now they get the ball back. Ari Weiss collects it, hands it off to Kirsch. That was Jonas Kirsch, but that one's picked off. And here comes Haudenosaunee. So dangerous. He's going to pass it across. And I think they just run past the shooting angle there. That was Creighton Cree. I think it was a bit past where he actually had much of a shot. And that ball will roll out to Easton Burns. Nice little cut by Burns to get himself free and get up over center. Set Israel back up in the offensive zone. Immediate double team. The ball is out. Actually bounces off the face of Cree and over to Brody Thomas. Outlet pass doesn't quite connect. It's just a bit too far for Blake Maracle. He's followed by Justin Charlton into the corner. Nice job by Israel getting off the bench, getting the defenders out, and taking away, just basically carpeting Thunderhill running across the middle.
We talked about the chemistry that Haudenosaunee has beforehand as well. A lot of these guys have played together at Six Nations. You can see it early. They're on the same page, and they haven't played a game yet at this tournament.
Yeah, I mentioned talking with some of their staff before, and mentioned to Gawa Schindler, their manager, said, how many guys have you got from the Arrows? Here we go, a break the other way. Nice save, Gold. Follow-up chance, another save, Gold. Can he get one more? No. Too much to ask. And Thunderhill banks that one off the turf into the net.
Well, you can make one save, you can make two saves, but end of the day, the defense doesn't help Gold out at all there. A third chance, the rebound, and Thunderhill makes him pay.
Boy, you look at Ben Hobday there coming back, and you can just see him thinking, which of these guys do I pick up? And the answer, of course, is whichever one you pick up is the wrong one, because somebody's going to be open. And unfortunately for him, the one that he was able to get to was not the guy the ball bounced to. So it's 4-1, as you mentioned. Here comes Justin Tepper, hands it off. Hard rip, it's through. Oh, illegal pick called, and that is a tough one for Ari Weiss. We are going to go to our first break with the score 4-1 for the Haudenosaunee over Israel here at the 2022 World Juniors.
Okay, good to know. So who would have thought you could test things beforehand?
The Delta Hotels by Marriott Winnipeg is the official hotel and accommodations partner of the 2022 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. Book with Delta by visiting marriott.com/Winnipeg. We are back and ready to roll. It's 4-1 Haudenosaunee. They have the ball, and Cody Jaxson, it's pretty much what we expected, I would say. The Haudenosaunee, very quick, very fast, and putting a lot of pressure on. Tough break for Israel to have the moving pick or illegal pick called just before the shot that took away that last goal for them.
Well, 4 goals on 8 shots. You can't be happy with that if you're Israel, but you got to think of the chances they've had. They had a breakaway where Jaxson Porter got stopped. They've had a goal get called off now. If not for those, we're talking about a goal game.
And interestingly enough, 1 or 2 of the goals the Haudenosaunee have scored have not been their best, most dangerous scoring chances. Here's a great scoring chance. That's off the crossbar and down. Comes back out. Yakni got it. Nice hustle, though. Lou Alfred got there just in time to take it away. He'll go back in, so Israel gets the ball, but that was a sure goal for Yakni.
Thought that one might have bounced in. Decides to bounce out, and if it doesn't cross the line, it's not going to count. It's just a post.
You're saying you thought it did, or you thought it was about to?
Well, I thought it was about to.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't think it went over the line. But you never know. That ball gets away. Nice job to tap it ahead by Charlton up to Burns. Oh, right up under the face, and I think that's broken off the neck guard it has of Haudenosaunee Nicholas. They need to stop and fix that, don't they, or is it okay? It looks like it's dangling funny. Maybe that's just the way it dangles. Here's Van Every. Great double team. But fighting through it was Hadoa Smith, so strong. And then getting the loose ball is Van Every in the corner, another double team, and they pick up the man nearby. Somebody's got to be open. It's actually late in the shot clock. The Haudenosaunee already had a player back in their defensive zone.
Now they're going to be fixing the throat protector of Nicholas there as he walks to the bench.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he noticed right away because that's a situation where he's the one guy who can't see it unless he feels something.
And there's the different danglers as well. You know, there's the full ones. There's also the smaller ones that just hang down. They're about, 4 or 5 inches wide. Obviously something that needs to get fixed. So we'll probably take a, minute break or so.
Yeah, so we've got this game tonight, and we also have at 8 p.m. Central Time, the USA at Canada. And, everyone obviously in the tournament here set in Canada this year, waiting for the Canadians to hit the floor. The U.S. with a big game last night. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll talk obviously plenty more about that one, but that's an interesting matchup because the U.S. looked good, but they know that's a big step up for them as well.
And they're going to have to come out sharp as well. It's kind of similar to Israel Haudenosaunee in this game here, where Israel, they've had their opportunities, but you still got to be able to connect on some of those chances.
Oh, great job by Hobday to fight through the check, get the pass over, but it gets away from Porter, and on the run is Cole Powless. Overhead wrap check, great job. Hobday is having a quarter, and he's looking over and thinking, I wonder if you're allowed to cross-check me in the face like that. Follow-up shot, another save by Nicholas, doesn't know where it is, but is scooped up off the turf by Blake Maracle. Israel's getting way better chances than they did through their first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. You can see some confidence coming back on the offensive zone.
Couple of looks there for Porter already in this quarter. We'll see if we can bury a couple.
Maracle can't get that shot on. Gold grabs it, and it's going to be a loose ball push on the battle for the rebound. Ball go back to the Haudenosaunee. Maracle. This is Oneniotekowa Francis, number 3, over to Maracle. Goes to the net and bounces it home. That's the hat trick, I believe, for Maracle.
Takes the pass, knows he's got the one-on-one matchup he wants where he's got the foot speed, gets down low on bat, and just walks it home right there. He knows all along he's going 5-hole, so once he gets that look right away, as you can see, he drops his stick. He knows exactly where he's placing it, and Maracle, that good of a finisher. That's why he's got 3 already, and we've played half of the first quarter.
And over on the Israel bench, the coaching staff talking to Merrick Bat saying you can't let him underneath you as the bottom guy. I know there's discussion of that in one of the practices the other day is, if you're the bottom guy, your job is to not let somebody in there alone. Send them to help. That turns into a pass and a nice shot on the rebound by Easton Burns, but he is flattened as it is stopped. Here comes Creighton Cree. He will hand it off. And Francis down in the corner. Kyron Lazor. Watched by Tepper. Last man up, Daibo. Had to reach for that one. Lane opens way up, and taking advantage is Oneniotekowa Francis. Beautiful sidearm snipe just in off the far post.
Takes a perfect pass from Daibo there. Just walks around off the half wall. Israel defenders didn't get sticks on hands, gives them way too much time, and you can see him come across up top here. Probably 5-7 feet of space. Far side, puts it perfect side. Gold's got no chance.
Of course, playing on these 4x4 foot 9-inch goals, it's a challenge for the goalies to adjust. And playing, a lot of them, used to playing with big wooden sticks, and they've got the smaller spoons now. Illegal push in the back on the loose ball battle, so Israel gets it back, and a fresh 30. I'm Stephen Stamp with Cody Jansen. Our pleasure to be bringing you the 2022 World Juniors from Winnipeg. And what a battle to fight through and get that shot off by Will Adams. But Nicholas just swallows it up, and here come the Haudenosaunee. That's one difference. Justin Gold's been making some very nice saves, but the rebounds have been pretty juicy. Nicholas seems to have quite good rebound control through this game so far. Maracle steps back. They're looking at him as a shooter, of course, because he already got the hat trick. He made the pass there, and then returning the favor was Kyron Lazor, but it just kind of was a one-hand shovel to nowhere. That bouncer hits Merrick Bat, and he'll pick it up and take off. Thought he might just stand there and wait for the 30 to expire, but he decided to sprint in the offensive zone. They've got a trailer, and he shoots. I thought he might go to Easton Burns trailing. Bat's heading off. They've actually, now a 5th Israel player goes on. Quite a battle. It is a loose ball push. I'm saying Easton Burns really getting in there and going after, but then a little much as he shoves his opponent into the boards. Nice job, Roger Nurse, just separating everyone before things can get too feisty.
It hasn't been that intense of a start yet. You can definitely tell there's a feeling out process right now going on, whereas Israel-Poland yesterday, I felt like from the get-go there was a little bit of hate on the floor.
Yeah, and I think part of it, the Haudenosaunee kind of, like you said, getting their legs underneath them. Several of their players were delayed in their travel, and of course, because they didn't start till today, they were traveling a bit behind some of the other teams. And, they had some guys who were just kind of getting in today and trying to loosen up. You got those playing legs.
Penalty coming against Haudenosaunee here.
So Gold has made his way to the bench. 6 attackers now. 7 attackers on the floor. Nobody saw it. And now they're switching up. Boy, Israel kind of an odd little 6-man setup there, and they're going to run out of time on the 30. Boy, wouldn't that be a kicker if you get the penalty, the power play coming and lose it because you sent 7 guys. That will take us to our next break. It is 6-1. Haudenosaunee will be back right after this on TSN. Maximum Lacrosse is the official net provider of the 2022 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. Visit OneilLacrosse.com for all your lacrosse goaltending needs. And that is O'Neill with 2 L's, in case you were wondering. You can see it right there. And there we have Oneniotekowa Maracle, who has been on fire early in this game, Cody.
3 goals in 7.5 minutes. Is that good? I mean, just a pure shooter, right? You give him those opportunities, he's going to burn you with his feet. But not only that, he's getting those opportunities and he's capitalizing. That's why Haudenosaunee has a 6-1 lead.
And at the last moment, he noticed that he was on the Jumbotron, looked up and had a big smile. Teammates helped him out. So the power play for Israel. Jaxson at the top. He was so effective there yesterday. The key was they're opening up space, drawing the defenders out. It looks like they've got a spot, and there it is. Jaxson just squeaks it in. It's like tucking it around the corner in right field at Fenway Park, but it's in enough, and that's a goal for Israel on the power play.
Well, it's the same power play setup we saw yesterday against Poland. Jaxson's up there. Watch this quick little back pedal. It makes the defenders think who's going to go towards him, right? Neither of them do attack Jaxson up top. If you walk, they're backing up here. They're letting him shoot. They're saying, hey, walk in and step in and fire one. Well, that's exactly what he does in the left. He pulls it short side.
And as he does backpedal, it's interesting. You talk about that backpedal, pulling the defender over a bit. He has such a long reach because he's a big guy. He can reach out and really get an effective lane. But my goodness, at the other end, Thunderhill takes virtually no time to reply with a gorgeous behind-the-back finish into the far top corner.
Well, take a look at this replay here. Gets an absolute dime pass from Cole Palace. Grabs it while on the run. Oh, that left foot. We might need to blow that one up. That's very close to the crease. Nonetheless, what a finish by Thunderhill.
Beautiful. And, you know, the pass, like you said, from Palace, gorgeous. And Thunderhill, how the skill it takes to have that kind of control without having, like, if I took a pass like that, I might catch it. Oh, there's another chance right away and a save by Gold. I might catch it. I'd have to make sure I'd cradle. I'd have to make sure I've got it. Be like, okay, it's there. Okay, I'll do something. He caught it, barely moved his stick, and knew exactly where and what he needed to do.
Cole Palace has been really good here.
Oh,
for
yeah.
not having a goal yet in this game where he just had that opportunity, but he's been throwing it around a little bit. He runs the ball well, sees the floor awesome. Definitely an interesting player to watch.
Cayman Daibo with 3 assists as well. Now he's looking for a goal as he rips that one on cue, just misses. They try to roll it down. It goes to Daibo. It just gets away from him. Here comes Griffin Weiss. It's a 2-on-2. Who will be next out? It's going to be a pair of Haudenosaunee from their near bench. So Israel will just slow things down, and Porter waits for his teammates. Hobday, the last man coming, has a bit of space. Oh, but drops it. Adams trying to hold up Creighton Cree. Effectively does so. Cree circles and will just lob it ahead. Blake Maracle dropped the ball. He's going to have to track it down, and that's going to definitely slow any fast break chance for the Haudenosaunee. But they have possession. Big pressure. Oh, and Merrick Bat just knocks it down with his back. And then battling for the ball. Here's Podvy. Look at the wheels. Can he get his stick in a safe shooting spot? He can, but I think it may, just over the net, I guess. It looked like it may have grazed the shoulder cap. But I think they're saying no touch. Doesn't matter. Haudenosaunee come back the other way, leading 7-2. You know, early on, we talked about Haudenosaunee were clearly dominating the pace of play, the flow of play. But Israel's looking like oh, what a finish. There's Cayman Daibo. I was just going to say Israel's looking like they feel they can play with Haudenosaunee, but you can't just let guys pick up all those rebounds.
Another rebound, too. It's perfectly right in the slot for him. Another shot on goal by Maracle, but if you look, the rebound right there, no defender in sight, tucks it over the shoulder. That's too easy.
Yeah, you can see right there, Austin Reich comes up, sees the grouping, and decides to race in and be part of it. And while he's heading up towards where the ball was, Cayman Daibo is heading down towards where it's going. Here's a chance at the other end. Ari Weiss can't get that one. Went out of play off the shoulder of Nicholas. So Weiss will go into the corner and start things up. Oh, and on the restart, it's picked off, leading to a breakaway. Roaring down and shooting just wide was Cash Dockstader. But it comes all the way out near center to Owen Van Loon. Double teamed. Fights through it. Does a little extra spin, goes behind the back. Owen Van Loon didn't want to make it look easy. Had to make it a little bit pretty there. Lovely finish by Van Loon.
Defenders all over Van Loon as well. And he says, hey, if Thunderhill can go behind the back, I can as well. Look at this. He's got the double team on him. And he cuts right back to the middle. Couple of stick checks get missed. Takes a cross check. Still goes behind the back. Puts it through gold.
That remind you of anybody the way he shot that one? Looked a bit Miles Thompson-esque to me. Just the stroke, the way he shot it looked. And again, I'm not saying he's Miles Thompson. You don't want to put that pressure on any young kid, but that's a pretty good shot. Gold, nice job to intercept that pass. Had to fight to corral it, but did come up with it. Austin Reich. Just waiting for folks to come, and there is a penalty coming to the Haudenosaunee. Hard rip. Almost came back out to Weiss, but instead is scooped up by Paulus, and we will see who heads off. It is going to be Lewandowski's Porter.
Now that shot choice on the last one by Ari Weiss, it's just an outside look. That's a practice save. That's a warm-up save for Nicholas. You have to get a little more, physical and tight. Get someone running through the slot. You got to be setting picks, shooting on the run, because something like that, you're just giving away the ball away.
I'm not going to lie. It made me think, wait, did I miss something? Are we late in the shot clock? Like, why is he shooting that as their sixth attacker is just coming out? I agree with you. That's just that's a lacrosse IQ issue. And, don't mean to be mean to Ari Weiss, because I think he's a very good young player. Lots of potential, but that's just taking away an opportunity from your team. Cross-floor pass is picked off. Great stick, and then nice poise to make the outlet pass to Vance Adams. Was that Colby Martin throwing that one ahead? Just love the sense that you can take the hit. You see that there's open space. It doesn't have to be a perfect pass. Just get it out in the vicinity of the player as you're taking the hit. Gold makes the stop. He's got to pick it up at some point. There's plenty pass. He was waiting, obviously, for it to get under 30 seconds. But they're good to go. 15 left in the quarter. And now Gold is staying there because they are on the power play. You don't need the extra attacker. You already have one. But they're just now getting everybody out. They're down to 7 seconds. Yakni pulls it down to 3. Oh, they don't connect on the pass. They will not get a shot off. As we go to the first quarter intermission, the score, Haudenosaunee 9, Israel 2. I'm Steven Stamp with Cody Jansen. This is the 2022 World Junior Lacrosse Championship in Winnipeg at the Canada Life Center. Thanks for being with us. Come right back and join us on TSN.
Roll right in.
Hi, my name's Tyler Davis, born and raised in Walsburg, Ontario. I play for the Six Nations Arrows in the Junior A Lacrosse League. Things that I thought were starting to grow in my game were getting that good touch. I can move the ball pretty quick, make those good passes. Just be a big team player. So coming back this year is huge because I get to play in front of a bunch of NL teams more. It's not just East and West this year. It's actually a bunch of countries. So it's going to be quite interesting. But I'm super excited to play in front of those guys and hopefully get the best of them.
Yeah, Tyler Davis entering the NLL draft, hoping to make his mark here this week in Winnipeg. And he had a pretty good tournament last year in the playing for Canada East as they won the championship. And then he went back and had a terrific summer. Really built upon what he'd established before. And of course, we've mentioned there are about 8 Six Nations Arrows on the Haudenosaunee team, and Tyler Davis plays for that Six Nations Arrows club. So it's, that's going to be an interesting matchup for him going against so many teammates.
Snazzy sweater as well. Maybe we'll have to get a better look at those later on. 9-2, Haudenosaunee leading Israel. They really dominated that first quarter. There's no other way to put it.
They really did. And we will hear some more about those jerseys. That's a very special edition of the Canadian jersey. Israel gets possession off the opening faceoff of the second quarter, 9-2. They trail on the power play. 37 seconds left on the man advantage. Jaxson still at the top. It's Alfred and Van Loon. The high penalty killers. Oh, little sidearm shot. And Jaxson couldn't believe he missed that one. 6 on the shot clock. Nice cross-floor pass. That one was tipped, though. The stick of Creighton Cree getting in the way. And that'll allow Haudenosaunee to kill the rest of this penalty. Bobble momentarily, but Thunderhill gets it back. And 3 seconds till the penalty ends. Lowenuskot's Porter will be released, head straight to the bench. And the offense will be supplemented by Mitvan Every, but the diving attempt, it's a crease call. You can see the ball is in the net. But they're going to say crease before it was fully across the line. That one's almost picked off. Israel continues forward. Nice little spin move there by Griffin Weiss, but then stripped on the swinging check by Adams. Tried to get it ahead. Great hustle by Israel to get down into the long change defensive zone. But still, even with 5, it was a 2-on-5, 3-on-5, and they give up a pretty high-quality chance to Blake Maracle.
Well, what a feed from Cole Palace.
Beautiful.
Right there. He just threw it through 3 defenders.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody's got to get over on him, though.
Yeah.
That was very close to the goal line there, that shot attempt.
Israel's had their chances. Again, this should be within a couple of goals if they were capitalizing on their opportunities.
Oh, over on the far side, Oneniotekowa Maracle was wide open with his stick up in the air. Didn't get the pass. Here comes Israel. Boy, that's a tough pass to make by Lucas Podvy. Admire the attempt, trying to get it to Ari Weiss, but with Weiss coming across the crease, it's going to kind of backhand him. There's a save by Gold. He pops up and is snagged there. Off to the races is Adam Friedman. It's a 1-on-2, 1-on-3. Israel will just slow things down. Justin Charlton's probably going to stay for the offensive shift. Kirsch to the far side. Big rip on the bouncer by Hobday, and that is going to spring Creighton Cree. Nobody near him. He's all alone on Justin Gold. Oh, nice save. The trailing leg from goal just gets a piece. Knocks it wide. Here comes Israel the other way. Reich hands it off. Gets to the bench. Hard rip. Hits the arm of Nicholas. Diving attempt. Foot save this time by Nicholas. He goes left arm, right foot. And then he gets to grab the ball and make an outlet pass. Here's Thunder Hill. Dynamic young player. Speaking of which, here's Maracle. Sidearm rip. It's on the back of the net. Almost coming out. It is tipped away there by Francis. Ball remains loose. Now the Haudenosaunee get it. Maracle picks it up. Great work by Francis. His stick is broken. It looks like we've got a couple of players heading off. Merrick Bat is going to go, along with Howie Francis, for some shenanigans after the play.
Well, it was a great play by Francis to keep that one alive, and then, he introduced himself to Bat. They had a few words, couple of whacks, and they'll both sit for 2.
So it's a cross-check to Francis and slashing to Bat. Israel will have possession, as they did have possession when play was blown down. Or did they? It felt like Maracle may have picked that ball up. Lucas Podby is wondering when he can start playing, but the refs just had to call the penalty in and get back into position.
Francis needed a new stick as well.
Yeah, is that they were running one over to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can't have a player sitting in the box without a stick. Although in this case you actually could, since it's offsetting penalties, they're going to both be released on a dead ball anyway. So he could just head to the bench, but you generally don't put somebody in there without a stick. Oh, nice little sidearm shot by McKee, but it's wide. Van Loon, the outlet pass, Maracle. There's no way you can put that one on Justin Gold. The beautiful pass, and Oneniotekowa Maracle all alone. Man, has he got nice hands.
Long feet as well. Nicholas throws it up. Perfect pass. Gets a guy in transition. Maracle all alone. Just one fake, though. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too pretty. Just puts the ball in the back of the net. You'll have to see that on a breakaway.
10-2. The Haudenosaunee have hit double digits 4 minutes here into the second quarter. Ball off the faceoff all the way over to the boards. It gets away from Dibo. Nice save by Gold on the shot to the far side. Attempted by Brody Thomas. Outlet pass. It's caught by Weiss. Oh, great job protecting the stick to get the twister up, but couldn't quite control where the shot went. Players for the next game starting to roll in. Prepare themselves to play at the 8 p.m. Central Time. That'll be the U.S. and Canada. Backdoor attempt doesn't connect with Dibo. Bounces free. Picked up. Nice grab by Corbin Wiley and spinning. Where's the Go Corbin sign that we saw last night?
Wiley had a goal yesterday against Poland as well. Decides maybe the legs are a little more tired in this round. Won't go in transition.
Yakny looking towards the net. Sidestepping as he checks out what his teammates are doing. The shot from Kirsch. Oh, and we have one Israeli player celebrating on the far side. It was Ari Weiss, and he was in the best position to see it. And the bench of Israel definitely feels like it was in. The interesting thing, everyone who's over on that side that had a view behind Nicholas thought the ball was in.
Can't throw a challenge flag on it.
You cannot. We got another chance to take a look. It would be interesting to see. I'm not sure if many of our angles would even get it because it is the way that Nicholas spun. He was basically blocking our view.
Penalty coming against Israel.
Tripping call. And that will take us to our commercial break with the score 10-2 for the Haudenosaunee. I'm Steven Stamp with Cody Jansen. We'll be back right after this. Signature Lacrosse is the official ball provider of the 2022 IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. Visit signaturelacrosse.com. And we're going to take a peek and see what is going on with this shot. Does the ball get through and over the line? It definitely goes through. I don't think that's over.
Nope, that one doesn't cross.
No. Yeah. And as Nicholas gets another look at that up on the screen, as we look at it, he shakes his head down on the floor in real time. He said, "No, sirree, that was not in. I got it." Nice quickness from the big man to spin around and get it. Quick thinking and quick acting. Here's Maracle. Comes across to Lazor. Oh, what a rip from Lazor. Some movement around the top and then just a rocket for the power play goal. 11-2. 19 seconds, Janner, to get that one in.
Didn't take him long, but did we really expect it to take him that long? They got great ball movement here. And again, Lazor, no one within a 5-foot bubble of him, able to step in, place it exactly where he wants. And for gold, couldn't really get out to challenge, but he puts it right by his kneecaps. That's a tough save to make.
You can see Podvie and Weiss sliding back and it's so easy when they're dangerous players. You can see them in your peripheral. They're down low. They're slipping down. It's so easy to just kind of drift back towards your goalie when you need to stay a bit higher and maintain some pressure. Israel gets a ball, a little shovel pass. Oh, nice finish there by Ari Weiss. Oh, they're calling crease, and Ari Weiss can't believe it. That one I thought was okay, but again, Roger Nurse is right there, like a few feet away. But Israel right now is thinking, boy, it should be 11-4. We know it shouldn't be. If anything, it should be 11-3. I guess everyone knows since we did get that view.
They've had their chances, but only 13 shots so far in this game. That's not enough.
Reich under pressure. Nice job to make the pass, but couldn't quite get it there to Tepper. And it's a 2-on-1. Oh, nice arm save. And you talked earlier about some of Gold's saves not being super comfortable. He looked very comfortable on that.
Settling in after the first quarter, that's for sure.
Not a bad shot by Griffin Weiss. It's just the way he dropped the head of his stick and the positioning of Nicholas, that was really the only spot to go. So it turned into a pretty easy save. And again, that's just repetitions. You got to get the reps and start to realize you got to change that up a bit. Here's Lazor, the last goal scorer. Maracle looking for 5. And there it is. He has now scored more goals than his uniform number.
You get a look on this replay here as well. Takes his time, decides, oh, I got room to run it to the middle. And this time he pulls it high on the stick side on Gold. Kind of shooting around his screen a little bit there as well, but it's a perfectly placed shot by one of the best shooters in the tournament.
Haudenosaunee just getting their 5th player out. And we're underway. Picked up by Podvie. Switches hands, gets the pass across. That's a pretty good angle. Oh, nice pass to Porter, but it just tipped off the edge of his stick. Ball's loose in behind. They're still battling along the boards because they didn't realize that it was out and Brody Thomas had it. He makes the pass. That's almost over and back, but I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it turned into a great play by Creighton Cree to just leave the ball because he was going back over center, so he just left the ball there. If it was intentional, that's a brilliant play. Dybo across to the near side, and Dockstader tries to get one through, pops straight out to Dybo, and wow, there were about 2, 4, 6, 7 players within a small space, and it just dropped in front of Dybo with nobody with an eye on him.
Well, he's got his second of the game. First one came on a rebound here, and this one's going to come a little bit easier as he watches. Just grabs it, scoops it right in the slot, underhand sub shot, puts it right by the feet of Gold, flies in.
13-2. Haudenosaunee really pouring it on.
And we didn't see Jaxson Hayner take many shots, if any, in warm-ups earlier as Israel responds right back.
What a quick one coming off the face-off. Immediate pressure. And Jaxson Porter's had some opportunities. Had the one recent pass that just tipped away from him. Podvy, right hand to take the draw. Left hand to face it down. And that's a great shot by Porter. Just finding the 5-hole.
That short side fake really got Nicholas moving, and that opens up a little bit of space. 5-hole. Again, small spoon, able to squeak it through there.
We actually got 4 lefties for Israel out on the draw team. Interesting. That shot gets blocked after pulling it down, trying to get one off. Here's Cree. Gets stripped. It's a pretty nice trail check. And here comes Israel the other way. Tips off the stick, but scooped quickly back up by Justin Tepper. Tepper leaves it for Reich. Will Adams waiting for the rest of the offense. They just get their 5th. Now he ducks underneath. Nice save by Nicholas. Little tug on the shoulder. Often you'll see that called as a hold. But Cash Dockstader let go in time. And now he gets rewarded by having the ball pop out to him. Illegal pick. A big pop by Vance Adams, absolutely flattening Yakni. And that will turn the ball back over to Israel for a fresh 30. That one got through. Nicholas spun and whacked it away with the backside of the goalie stick. The outlet pass just too far for Lowen Porter. He's going to track it down and get it in the corner. Good hustle by Charlton on him. Porter just runs away from it. Maracle. Dockstader to Thunder Hill. Hill's pass doesn't connect, but the first person to see it was Van Every. That gives him a chance to get after it. 1 second on the shot clock, and that's just enough for Cash Dockstader. Bounces one home. Big smile as he looks up and sees himself on the board. You can know he's going to be looking up there in a few seconds right now at the replay.
Just as the shot clock's expiring, little right side step around his defender, and he goes low again on Gold here.
How about the toe drag to pull that one through? 14-3, so let's see if Israel has a response once again. Last time, they were right afterwards. They raced down to score. Podvy pops it out to himself again, immediately switches. He is very quick. Oh, that's a tough break. Off the stick of Ari Weiss. Podvy's so good at getting it because you have to go ready to take the face off, but popping it out, and as the ball, he kind of pops it up to himself and switches as he's going and then grabs it again in the left side of the lefty orientation of his stick. That's a really nice defensive play there by Justin Tepper to force the player wide, not allow the pass to get through. Leads to a breakout chance, but Hobday can't quite corral the pass. Goes to Nicholas. He's going for the near center outlet. Haudenosaunee pushing, but they're 3-on-5. Vance Adams will wisely slow it down. Hard pass, Thunderhill to the far side. Maracle, loaded up like he was going to shoot. Made the pass across, but it just got away from Dockstader and bounced off the boards. Israel pushes it right away. Here's Griffin Weiss. Got an illegal substitution on Israel. They're saying that the reason they had a player streaking ahead getting open was because he went a little early. And that will take us to a break. It is 14-3 for the Haudenosaunee over Israel. I'm Steven Stamp with Cody Jansen. We'll be back at the 2022 World Junior Lacrosse Championship on TSN. Skills Canada is an education and career development partner of the Canadian Lacrosse League. Visit skillscanada.com to learn more. We are back, and we have the Haudenosaunee going on a power play as if they need the help. They're up 14-3.
Well, as you get a look there, Oneniotekowa, Maracle. He's got 6 points in this game already. He's one off the tournament lead, and he's played 2 quarters.
Nice little smile. They're having a lot of fun playing in this game. The officials get themselves a drink of water, get toweled off. Our thanks to the whole officiating crew for their efforts. That is a tough and thankless job. Well, I guess it's not anymore because we just thank them.
You don't get too many thank yous during the game.
No.
After, everyone wants to be your friend. During
Right.
it, you're usually the enemy.
I think that's a fair assessment. Haudenosaunee on the power play. Podvie and Tepper are up high in the penalty kill. Down lower, Reich and Corbin Wiley. That's Maracle behind the net. Gets it up top to Francis, and I don't know that Justin Gold even realized that Lalunya Howie Francis had the ball because he took that shot and Gold barely reacted.
Well, let's take a look here on the replay. Maracle behind the net. Now he's tied for the tournament lead in points already with 4:13 to go in the second quarter. But as you can see, Gold's looking right. Francis is shooting from his left. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a hidden ball play. Gold was completely following Oneniotekowa Maracle.
It's a sneaky pass, but it's just a skilled play by Maracle.
Yeah.
Shows you how good he is.
He is very good. Five and one in Israel. Tell you, they can bounce back. It's a couple times we've seen them right off the draw.
Well, you see Tepper just hands it off to that right-hand side. Weiss comes in. We know he loves to shoot the ball, and this time he connects with Twine.
Nice job tucking it near side, just inside the post. Now if they just get it rolling again, get one right back. But Mitch Van Every goes in for this draw and wins it. Immediately hands it off there to Thunder Hill. Dockstrader to Daibo. Zips out from the boards, hands it off there to Thunder Hill. Works his way down. Gold swallows that one up, looking for the outlet pass, but it's going to be a late push after the pass on the loose ball situation. That'll give the ball back to the Haudenosaunee. That's tough for the defender. I mean, you're just trying to get a hit, trying to, be physical, but you just got to watch the timing. Nice strip, and then taking off, Justin Tepper ran over to the far boards. It's a 3-on-2. It's going to be a 3-on-3. Oh, great pass. This goal. Thought it was a save initially, but it drops down behind Nicholas. Jaxson Porter. Very well run transition breakout for Israel.
Well, Jaxson Porter has his second of the game, 3rd point as well, but this is all Tepper right here. That starts in his own zone. He works it down. Nicholas got a piece of it, goes arm, post, back to the net.
I'm not 100% sure Tepper intended that one for Jaxson Porter, but that was a pretty nice shovel pass, underhand, on the run, across into space, where he had his 2 teammates, and it got to the one who was ready to put it into the net. And Israel gets the ball right back off the faceoff. No over and back for anyone who's wondering. You can go back over center off the faceoff when you first pick it up, as long as you don't establish your direction towards the other net. Weiss to the far side. There's Porter. Oh, that one stopped to go straight back to him and bounces away. He almost couldn't believe he had it. Now he's going to the net. Cross floor pass. Great play. Charlton was stopped. And there's a goal. Israel on a bit of a roll here.
Well, it's a scramble in the slot here. Jaxson Porter does come down with it. That pass goes over, and Charlton shots wide. But then you can see Easton Burns just climbs the ladder here, and it's kind of an alley-oop. Dunks it down. Quick stick off the rebound. Nicholas way out of his net, loses it. Easy finish right there for Burns.
And 3 goals in a minute and 28 seconds. Loose ball push on the Haudenosaunee, so they're going to get it back. And, boy, Lucas Podvie, the captain, he was going through sticks, and he had the one broken. He just switched out the stick. There's another one. There's a 4th in a row. Diving attempt. Charlton kind of reached across, but tucked it back near, shorter than it looked like he was going as he fully extends and then gets it through the legs of Haudenosaunee Nicholas.
And it's a great run for sure for Israel. They're starting to, bring some life back to the bench here as you see the crease dive. Kind of shot it before he even got in the crease. The element of surprise plays into Charlton's favor there. But you really wonder if this response was in the first quarter, where would this game be at right now? And it's not like Haudenosaunee's really having a bad second quarter. It just hasn't been as effective as their start.
And Brandon Francis has taken a timeout. He wants to slow this thing down. So with 2:26 to go in the first half, a 15-7 Haudenosaunee lead that had been just, like we said, 2.5 minutes ago was 15-3. There's a long way to go. I mean, 8 goals is a lot to make up. And, of course, a game of runs generally lacrosse is. So will Israel be able to keep this running? You got to think the Haudenosaunee respond.
The impressive part about Haudenosaunee here is they've only got 28 shots on goal and 15 goals. That's effective shooting. And we talked about it. We know how much skill they have. We saw it in the morning shoot-around. I mean, these are guys that have grown up with sticks in their hands. They're incredible lacrosse players. They're skilled. They're talented. They're happy to be here. And they've got fresh legs, which you're seeing, play such a big factor here. It's not like Israel's looking tired, but you can tell they played yesterday. And they had a tough game against Poland.
Yes. That was a good look at Brandon Francis on the Haudenosaunee bench. He had a long career in the NLL and in Canadian summer lacrosse. Yeah, was one of the toughest guys out there. Played forever, for ages and ages with a wooden stick. Remember him playing? Played for the Peterborough Lakers, where he was kind of John Tavares' personal protector. And he was playing offense with the wooden stick. He could play with it. He wasn't a huge scorer, but he was an effective player. And here's another face-off win. Podvie to the corner. Oh, it just gets away from Weiss, but he tracks it down. Swings to the middle and gets a shot off. They'll get a fresh 30. And that was a great little circle by Weiss. What a terrific angle he took to get that shot opening.
Weiss and Porter are starting to get a two-man game going there. They're starting to play off of each other. It's getting fun to watch for Israel.
And now Yakni, who's tended to be kind of the shooter over there, trying to work his way into that group. Oh, what a defensive play by Vance Adams to just work and chop that ball loose. Oh, great flip pass to Daibo. The finish by Cayman Daibo, but that pass by Creighton Cree was a thing of beauty.
You can clip this one for the highlights after. The celebration, well deserved. Daibo with the finish, but it's all about this pass coming up here. Look at this. He's going to get lost in his feet for a second. Cree knows he's about to get blown up, makes the perfect feed, ends up right in the stick of Daibo, and he makes no mistake.
The awareness to realize as he drops the ball, has to turn around. It bounces off his foot and is rolling there. He's reaching down to pick it up to the out of the corner of his eye. He sees Daibo coming, but again, Israel with a chance. That one stopped as Charlton had a chance, but this is a track meet. We've got 23 goals. Not even at the half yet. We'll have to set the over and under at halftime to see how far into the 40s we can get.
45?
45? I think 45 is the over under. Or do we give it another minute 20, see how many more goals they can get here? Let's not set our horses too early. Owen Van Loon. Nice catch and spin there by Francis, but that one's knocked down. Rolls free. Oh, straight out. What a save by Gold. It looked like Van Loon had nothing but net. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. No, it's going to be a moving pick. All right.
That's a hard pick.
That's a hard pick. Hard pick straight to the chin.
And that's over and back.
Yeah. Wow. Still thinking about how hard that pick was. Here's Maracle. Goes behind the net. Dunk scores. It's good. Oh, and then he says, I would like some space, please. Have the players up in his face. Oh, but what a play by this talented young man.
Watch this goal here. This is just fun lacrosse. I thought he was going for the front crease dive. He says, no, I'll show you something else. He goes behind the X, dunks it in. You know, you get a little bit extracurricular after the fact. Hey, kids will be kids.
That is really something to see. So he is now, obviously, the tournament scoring leader. We've got 44 seconds to go here in the first half. It's only time for another 2 or 3 goals at the pace we're going. Porter hands it off. Weiss was thinking about letting that rip. Here's Will Adams. If he goes back to the other side, there was a lane. Porter can cut underneath. Goes into the corner. Really low pass to Hobday, who had to go and corral it in the corner. 8 seconds left. Almost picked off, but it gets through to Adams. He's got a double team. Somebody's open. He shoots. Bounces back out. That one's blocked by his own man. Absolutely drilled Corbin Wiley in the leg.
That's going to hurt.
7 seconds to go in the half. Cash Dockstader hits the cutter just a little bit wide. Final shot by Mitfan Emery doesn't go. It's 17-7 at halftime. Haudenosaunee over Israel. 24 goals. We set the over-under at 45. We'll stay with 45. That's it for the half. We'll be right back. WJLC on TSN.
I'll do day one solo off camera. That's. Oh, call. Yep.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the Canada Life Center here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I am Stephen Stamp, joined by Cody Jaxson, and quite a first half, 17-7. The Haudenosaunee leading Israel. Israel had a great run, but a lot of highlights for you to get through.
Well, I mean, we can talk about Maracle for days here. He's got a sock trick in the first half. 2 quarters, it's all it took. He's now the tournament leader in scoring. He's got 8 points already through this one. He's really been the highlight for Haudenosaunee.
We are about to see a lot of him.
As you can take a look here, I mean, Gold's getting peppered by shots. 31 of them for Haudenosaunee in that first half. Although it doesn't seem like a lot, it's the high quality of shots that they're getting.
It absolutely is, and it's just they're so skilled and so sharp and prepared. I mean, you see that one again, Gold making 2 saves in a row. You can't keep making stops on those high quality chances.
And the Haudenosaunee are 2 for 3 on the power play as well. You get to see another Maracle goal in the first quarter. For Israel, they can't be in the penalty box, but also the response just came a little bit too late, because if they do go on a 3-4 goal run in the first quarter, I think we're talking about a totally different game here, where the Haudenosaunee definitely ran away with it.
How do you feel if you're Justin Gold and here comes Maracle on the little break, nobody near him, and then from the outside, but then Israel keeps battling back.
What do you do? He's so dynamic, though. You see the crease dive there. Instead of going in front, he wants to see his replay. He knows the fans are loving it, and we're loving it as well. That's why we're here. It's so good to be back at the World Juniors. 6 teams, and we get to see some incredible talent.
Really excellent. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a little bit with more from the WJLC 2022 on TSN.
Hey, if I'm a little over to the right, just like push me in if you want. You just tell me what you want, okay? Thank you. Oh, no, yeah, on those. I was just off a little bit more to the right there, and I didn't notice that until we were actually on, but we're good. Usually we'd have like, I don't know, I don't know what the Jets do. Like usually there'd be like a camera screen and then the actual like action, so I'm like kind of like, where are my Welcome back inside the Canada Life Center in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's Cody Jaxson with you. This is the World Juniors in August. Haudenosaunee leading Israel by a score of 17-7. The tournament kicked off yesterday, so let's take a look at some day one highlights. Starting off, Israel and Poland. First game of the tournament. Saw a couple of beautiful goals there, as you'll see on your screen. Nick McKee, 2 goals. 5 assists, 7 points for him. Poland, they were battling back, obviously. Couple of travel delays, couple of issues for them. They kept it close for a while, but Israel was just too much. Offensively, they were collective. They made them pay. Weiss with a beauty there as well. 17-10, the final score in game number 1. Game number 2 of the day, the late one. The Americans, welcome to Manitoba. Look at that goal by Russell. Get some air underneath it. They win 19-8 over Australia. Russell Mark, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points for him. Cooper Damali, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points for the Americans. Australia unable to keep up offensively. Zach LeBerge, 2 goals, 2 assists for them. It was a physical affair as well. The Americans obviously in action a little bit later on. You see a couple of quick sticks there. The young netminder for Australia got peppered as well. USA moves to 1-0. We're coming back. Second half action from Winnipeg. It's Haudenosaunee and Israel next. We're coming back at the 30-second mark. Oh, we're good, Stamper. Oh. We kind of did it all in the halftime, like all the big stuff there. That's again, you can come back in.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2022 World Junior Lacrosse Championship at the Canada Life Center here in Winnipeg. I am Stephen Stamp with Cody Jaxson, and it is 17-7 Haudenosaunee over Israel. We are getting ready to go with half number 2. Later tonight, we will have the USA and Canada. And we are getting some excitement in the booth about coaches running, sprinting to get onto the bench.
Not an easy thing to do in a suit.
I'm not. And now we saw last night a delay of game penalty. We're going to have another one tonight, I would think, because the Haudenosaunee have not yet come out. Yeah, you can see the officials talking about it.
So maybe we make a rule change on the fly here, Stamper. Maybe they just drop the ball and we see how many goals Israel can score before Haudenosaunee gets on the floor.
Would they be able to get 10? I don't know. How long would it take? I still don't see the Haudenosaunee coming out. There they come. Speaking of difficult to run, they are led by their goaltender, and it looks like Lyndon Hill is leading the way, which leads me to believe he may be taking over and starting the game facing a power play.
Well, I think we only got half the Haudenosaunee team out here so far. Maybe a bit. Oh, here we go. The frantic chase is on, but yes, a delay of game call is definitely warranted with this one.
Yeah, Lyndon Hill has gone into in between the pipes for Haudenosaunee. Justin Gold staying in the net for Israel. It will be power play. So Lucas Podvy will try to get control of that draw and set up the man advantage. There is Linden Hill. Interesting, we talked earlier a bit about the 4x49 nets. They're 4 feet 9 inches wide, 3 inches wider than the nets that a lot of these guys play with normally. Linden Hill, not the biggest guy, and he was at shoot-around this morning. He spent a fair bit of time with his uppers off, just going post to post, working with the coaching staff, just getting a feel for where his posts were, how wide everything was, and really trying to get comfortable with the nets here. You can see the Haudenosaunee being informed that they've got a delay of game penalty, so Lowenoscott's Porter will head off to the box for 2 minutes or less. I wanted to throw a thank you to Brent Maracle, the GM for the Haudenosaunee, who was very nice, very respectful this morning, helping us out with pronunciations and giving us some information that we might touch on a bit later that I didn't realize about the Haudenosaunee names. I mean, we needed some help, obviously trying to be respectful and correctly pronounce the names as best we could to respect the First Nations culture. And we've done okay. You've done it maybe a bit better than I have. I have to say it more, so I've messed up more, but he was terrific, and we're going to talk about that a bit more. But great work there by Israel to cause a turnover. Reich gets the break. Thunderhill hustling back. Reich shoots, save on the first shot by Linden Hill.
It's a good turnover forced by Podvy there, too, as well. Extended shift for him. Was able to force that one, and they got another opportunity in transition.
Boy, the pass by Van Loon missed Damon Dockstader, but Dockstader goes and picks off that pass. And how did the Haudenosaunee get so open? Dockstader, nobody near him, shorthanded. Now Van Loon will just rip it. There's a save by Gold, but it's going to pop right out. Kyron Lazor. Honestly, the way the balls are popping out and being tracked down quickly by Haudenosaunee, you'd think they were on the man advantage. They're going to kill a whole bunch of this penalty before the ball ever goes back to the white and blue.
Justin Gold now up to 15 saves in the game. Again, his first start of the tournament. Jaxson Hayner backing up this evening for Israel.
Great hustle and effort by Hadoa Smith to get back and get position ahead of Griffin Weiss. But the 30-second shot clock will expire. There was an over and back because, of course, it went off an Israel player, but the 30 was still ticking on the Haudenosaunee. So 27 seconds left. Israel does have a chance to get one more opportunity on the power play. Yakney behind the back to Porter. You can see the attention they're paying, but still a chance. Creighton Cree was really dividing his attention, kind of standing sideways, but here's a chance as they run down the floor. Looks like Cole Palace will just take a bit of time, let the last 4 seconds tick off the penalty, and then he's going to be free to attack because they'll still have about 15 on the 30. And the 30 was just reset. See if the officials get a count going. Yeah, they're saying 10 seconds. Ball's going to pop away and be grabbed by Gold anyway. And here's a long outlet pass. What a rip. Oh, it just tips off the stick of Yakney. That was a laser from Justin Gold. I have not seen him throw a pass quite that sharp, but just off Yakney. That's going to be an over and back. Reich looked like he was going to take off for it. Wisely jumped to the bench to let Will Adams get out and get the restart. Here they go. Oh, another one tipping off the stick of Hobday. Israel has had some great opportunities if they could catch their passes. Lots of energy. We talked about maybe not the fresh legs because they played last night. Adams shoots. Another save by Linden Hill. But Israel has come out with a ton of energy in this second half.
And this is going to be a big adjustment for them playing against Linden Hill as well because he's got a different style. At only 5'9", he has to challenge a lot more. So those outside shots, you're actually getting a worse angle despite playing a smaller goaltender because he's coming away and taking that angle. So you have to get in tight and try go over his shoulders.
Oh, what a save. I thought that was actually in because it looked like Hill's stick was behind the goal line. And from the look on your face, I think you agree with me.
That was close. If he got a piece of that, we might be talking about that as top 10 saves of the tournament. Well, I can guarantee you, if he got that, we're talking about that as top 10 saves of the tournament.
Linden Hill spinning for the save, looking like Warren Hill. Haudenosaunee get the ball back. Ball comes near side to Maracle, who's on, I don't even know what trick it would be. What's 9? Is that the next one after the sock trick? Helmet trick? I don't know. No, hat trick, that's too close to the hat trick. Your hat and the socks would be, we'll think about that. You get back to me, Cody, when you come up with an answer, all right? Jaxson ducks down under one defender, hits Kirsch, immediately over to the far side, and Charlton comes back to Jaxson. Some nice movement by Israel, but they're not advancing towards the net. They've got 7 to shoot, and that one's tipped away. Charlton tries to track it down. He gets it. 3 to shoot. Porter gets one. That is going to be, no, it won't be a reset. I thought it ticked off the arm of Hill, but it was wide, so that'll be a violation of the shot clock. Came in Daibo. Daibo steps into the middle. Nobody checks him, but Gold is there, and just nice job to pull it away. And Podvi actually kind of pulled that ball away from his goaltender, who had possession and almost turned it into a dangerous turnover, but Podvi comes away with it. Nice outlet pass. Picked up on the hop from Easton Burns. Remember, you can go to worldjuniorlacrossechampionship.com. Follow along all the scoring. There's a rip from outside. Another save by Hill. Pulls it back to himself. You can follow the stats, the scores, all the updates. Thanks for being with us here on TSN, tsn.ca. 10-second count. Haudenosaunee don't make it. And we are at our first break of the second half. That's a quick 5 seconds. We'll take a break, 5 minutes. We'll be back with more from the World Juniors in Winnipeg on TSN. STX is the official glove provider of Canada and the Canadian Lacrosse League. Visit stx.com. We had 24 goals in the first 30 minutes. We've gotten through 5+ with no goals. I think your 45 might have turned out to be a bit adventurous there, Janner.
Well, you're hearing a lot from the Haudenosaunee bench talking about use the full clock here.
Yeah.
Why? Because it is a short tournament. You know, they want to get those extra touches in right now, because once those medal games and, you know, the elimination games come around, you want to be the team that's feeling it the most.
Tomorrow is an off day for the tournament. We'll return and wrap up round robin play on Thursday. Of course, the game tonight, U.S. and Canada. So everyone does get some rest after this game. And for the teams that have played 2 nights in a row, which will be Israel and then the U.S., they'll have 2 days off to recover from that, while the other 4 teams wrap up their round robin. Here's a break chance for Porter. Nice catch around the hip. All alone. Takes his time. There's a goal. That was in. Was that not in?
That one's in.
Okay, there we go. Jaxson Porter will not be denied. Am I imagining things? Anyway,
well, I think we'll see on this replay here. Ben Hobday starts it off from his own zone, finds Porter. And look at that first one. That definitely hit the back of the net and popped out. But again, hey, no big celebration. He says, okay, we'll play on 2 for the price of 1. And he gets another one.
I love the focus by Porter to not fuss, not worry, not argue, just go get the ball on his rebound and go and put it in. Now, he actually had a not nearly as good an angle as we did of that ball going in because he'd run by and was behind the net, so he might not have realized it. But usually lacrosse players know when their shot goes in, though. So I'm going to think he knew and was just...
And that's the hat trick for Jaxson Porter as well.
Great game that he's having. Here's Maracle. Looking for 7. Nice catch by Thunderhill in the low pass. And through the crease. Oh, and that's going to be delay a game. Absolutely. Kyron Lazor got a little annoyed with either with himself or the call, maybe a bit of both. And just put the ball down, okay, and then swatted it away. Oh, and Bat is going as well. Okay, so it's delay a game to Lazor and then unsportsmanlike conduct to Merrick Bat. And if he took that one after as a response, that's a very foolish penalty. Actually, no, what did...
I was trying to see if he was going to say something after,
Yeah.
because I know originally he does slash the stick there, as you see in the replay.
But that's okay.
Maybe something was said.
But the play had been blown down, and Lazor hadn't put the ball down. I think that's okay to knock the ball out of his stick, but that must be what it was for. There's a big pick, and a little bit too big for Israel. Very tight coverage by Easton Burns on the restart, as everyone's flirting with the delay of game rules. That ball hit the back of Brody Thomas. Can't quite be picked up. Oh my goodness, that was not intended for you, Easton Burns, but nice catch. He was just running through. The ball went straight into his stick. This has been an interesting sequence of play. So we are still 5-on-5 with the matching penalties. That shot from the outside. The rebound, great finish by Nick McKee, who's been pretty quiet here. No, sorry, that's Yakney. Josh Yakney, who also has been pretty quiet tonight after a big game yesterday. He had 3 in the first half yesterday, and this is the first goal since then, is it not?
Watch this. You see Lyndon Hill out so far, and he gets that rebound, and Hill thinks he's going up high. Watch him throw up the arm. He thought he was going to try and go high far side. Instead, Yakney decides to, give it an extra half second, sees the arm go up, puts it 5-0.
And that little girl in the crowd is the one who made the great catch last night on the ball that went out into the stands. Wonder if she's going to get another one tonight. 17-9. Off of Weiss. It was tipped by the Haudenosaunee, but then Weiss made a grab for it up off of his stick. So perfect call and adjudication by the official there as the Haudenosaunee come back the other way. Owen Van Loon will hand it off. Lalunya Howie Francis. Back to Maracle. Oneniotekowa, Maracle. Oneniotekowa. Nice feed through. Oh, the save by Gold. And another save by Gold. This may be one of the best 50 save percentage performances I've ever seen by a goaltender. I don't mean that to be, that sounds a bit mean because it's not a great save percentage, but boy, the quality of chances the Haudenosaunee have had, and he has really had to make some fine saves.
6 for 6 in this third quarter.
There you go. What's that make him for the game? Because he was just below 50, right? Adams tries to tap it ahead. The double team on the ball guy along the boards, and Adams is able to scoop it up as it rolls out, gets the shot, shoulder save. Snagged there, nice pickup. And Maracle on the run. Blake Maracle takes a look around, heads to empty space. Love that heads-up play. You normally want to go to the far boards. That's obviously not an option there. So he just looked around and saw where his opening was, ran to it. Once he was free, he was able to look for the pass. Results in a nice offensive set here. Dockstader diving, but misses the net. 3 on the shot clock. It's picked up by Israel. Here's a breakout attempt. Oh, it's a little bit behind. Adam Friedman couldn't quite catch it, but they still have a 2-on-1, and that pass tips away. Israel's having a very good third quarter. They would have about 5 more really good scoring chances if they'd just been able to complete a few more passes. Mitch Van Every. We have penalties coming. Illegal cross check. Is it on the pick? It's Lalinia Howie Francis. I believe what he said there was, that's not a cross check, sir.
Word for word.
Oh. I think we're going to have to disagree. I think it was. That's a pretty good call. You know, he's just trying to fight through the check, but you just can't shove your stick up into a guy's face and tip his helmet back on his head. Here's Jaxson. He's going to let that rip and score. That is exactly where he put the one earlier, and I was wrong, of course, earlier when I said he hadn't scored since the first half yesterday, because I remember the power play goal he got earlier in this game, and that one is almost a carbon copy.
Well, you can see Lyndon Hill wants to challenge on this one as well, but it's that double back pedal. And then he pulls it the exact same spot he beat Nicholas earlier. It's that short side, low shot, right past that left foot. Pretty much a carbon copy of that first goal.
The Fenway short porch. The Jaxson special. Oh, great pass, great finish, and it's good. Cole Palace takes the pass and tucks it home on the dive. That was some lovely lacrosse.
He's been all over. We've been talking about him all game, but I think for Palace, this is his first one of the game, first of the tournament, and you can just see he gets some air flying through the crease, able to beat Gold stick side.
Pretty good pass by Mitch Van Every, but a little bit in tight and down low, and it just did not bother him at all. Lovely play by Palace. There's a shot stopped by Gold, kind of bounced free. 3 Israel players almost missed it, but they did come away with it. Tepper rips it up to Ari Weiss. Two players battle for it. It pops past both of them, and here comes Creighton Cree on the run. He does head to the far boards, as he should, and then we'll leave it there for Daibo. Here's Hadoa Smith. Left it there for Lazor. That pass doesn't get through. Bat has it. Gets a cross check in the back, and that's going to be a loose ball push. And we are 4 and a bit to go here in the third quarter. It's 18-10. Haudenosaunee will be back on TSN at the World Juniors right after this. Uncommon Fit is the official uniform provider of the IIJL World Junior Lacrosse Championship. Visit uncommonfit.com for official championship uniforms and apparel.
What a third quarter for Justin Gold so far. He's stopped 6 of 7, but after having a first half that maybe you don't want to write home about, he's up his save percentage to .526 now. As we said, when you're in the 400s, you really got to elevate your game, and he's done so, because Haudenosaunee had some great looks here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, to have only given up 1 goal, Israel ahead 3-1 in this quarter, of course, trailing 18-10. Be a tall order to come back and win this game. Not out of the question, but hey, it's always good to win a quarter. Easton Burns behind the net, watched closely by Lou Alfred. Comes near side. Hobday moves it on. They cut through. It doesn't quite connect. 3 to get a shot off. A couple of Israel players going to the bench. Hobday one of them, but the pass came to him anyway. And there's going to be a penalty coming on Kirsch. It's going to be, is that boarding? boarding signal, wasn't it?
It's going to be on Haudenosaunee there, and it looks like Thomas is going off.
It's obviously after the pass as Kirsch tossed it up, trying to hit Hobday for a last-second shot on the 30. And I was definitely watching the play as the ball went to the bench to see if Hobday would have a chance. He didn't, but now a chance on the man advantage for Israel. Jaxson once again up top, and you can see a lot more attention coming from the Haudenosaunee, and that leaves space for Jaxson Porter, who's been just as dangerous.
Well, I think Jaxson Porter says, well, I'm seeing what Maracle's doing. I might as well have a game for myself here. That's number 4. And boy, as you said, they really started to, push up top on Jaxson. And so Porter doesn't have as much space, but he does have a trail check coming down on him. And he's able to, instead of a big wind up, it's just a quick little shot, short side, a little bit over the shoulder as well, throws it down, power play goal.
We have a bit of a kerfuffle along the boards after the draw, and we're going to have an officials conference. I almost said confrontation.
I don't think the refs are in a confrontation.
No, they're getting along
I would
well.
hope not, at least.
Israel with possession. I do like that when the officials confer, get together, have a chat if they're not sure. 2 different things they've seen. You go and see who had the best view.
The way Gold's been playing, though, if Israel can get 2, is 3 out of the question to finish off this third quarter here? We'd be in for a wild finish. And I know that's crazy to say down 7.
Yeah, but they were down 10. Haudenosaunee taking their time. And, you talked about them yelling out, talking, use the 30, change things up a bit. Oh, Merrick Bat, you can't let him under you. But he did, but they recover thanks to Justin Gold. That little cross-hander, the twister pass. What a play. They got to get across center. There's the outlet. Oh, handcuffed was Charlton. Oh, but what forecheck pressure by Israel, and they get it back. The Haudenosaunee possessed the ball just long enough in the stick of Creighton Cree that it was a fresh shot clock. So now 22 seconds, and the Red Sea parts for Charlton. But his shot was stopped by Lyndon Hill. They get it back, though. Israel is feeling it. Easton Burns, a little ward there. On the verge of a callable offense. Did that touch? It did. That'll be a fresh 30 and no over and back. And Kirsch just went to the bench thinking he wasn't over and back. And that was a live ball. Nobody from Haudenosaunee was anywhere near it, though. They're all back ready to play defense as here comes Jaxson. Don't very often see Jaxson coming down along the shoulders. So often up at the top. That one's tipped away. Dockstader knocked it down, and then Porter picks it up. He's on the run. Dockstader trailing. He'll peel off. The trailer is Lazor. Kyron Lazor will hand it off and join the offense. And the whole defensive group just stayed up for the offensive set pretty much for the Haudenosaunee. But I guess the point I was starting to make earlier was, has it changed Haudenosaunee trying to take their time and be patient? Has it changed their success that was working earlier?
It's obviously changed the success, but I think that more has to do with Justin Gold, where now he has more time to get set, right? Because where they were beating him, it was a lot of speed. It was a lot of driving the net. It was a lot of changing things up. Now it's a little bit more one-dimensional, and Israel is slowly but surely making a comeback. They were down by a dozen at one point here.
Kirsch's shot was tipped, didn't get through, and the ball still bouncing around on the turf. Scooped up eventually by Lowenoscott's Porter. That pass, though, gets away, rolls all the way down to Gold. Ari Wise just kind of slingshotted that one back. Boomeranged it, and he makes it across with a second to go on the 10-second count. I was talking with the officials before the tournament about how, the 10 seconds, some places play 8 seconds, but it's 10 seconds to get across here. It made a difference on that one. That pass skips away. Boy, that has been the one thing that keeps plaguing Israel. Nice save by Lyndon Hill to get up onto his crossbar and turn the shot from Jaxson aside.
Brody Thomas laid a huge hit there on Yakni after the fact as well.
And Israel will get the ball as a result. Here's the save. There's both hits, actually, as Van Loon came in to create the sandwich. Uh-oh. Gold had gone to the bench, but Israel took a quick shot before the extra attacker even got out, and Gold had to turn tail and sprint back to his crease.
The communication clearly wasn't there on that one.
6 seconds. Maracle steps around, and they're going to not run out of time. That's good. You could see the ball in before we heard the buzzer. Damon Dockstader, was it not Dockstader that beat the clock in quarter one? Anyway, we will go to the break. A huge goal for the Haudenosaunee to make it, I believe that's 19-10. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with more World Juniors on TSN.
Hi, I'm Jaxson Kluchuk. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I play for the Manitoba Blizzard Junior B, and I go to the University of Montevallo in Alabama, Division II NCAA. It's definitely an honor to be playing in my hometown here, so all my family and friends get to come watch. It's definitely a cool experience because I've grown up watching the Jets play in the Canada Life Center, and now I'm on the floor and looking up at the stands, so it's an awesome experience to be here.
There is Lyndon Hill and Jaxson Kluchuk. We'll see later tonight as Canada makes their debut here at the tournament. And he was here last year playing for Canada West. He loves it being in his hometown. He's got one of his hockey banners hanging in the practice facility where they were recording that the interviews. He's loving it.
I've got to see a lot of him in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League, as you would know. And he is just one of those players who's undersized, but I don't even think sneaky begins to describe it, how good he is on offense.
19-11 as we get going in the fourth quarter. Haudenosaunee with the first possession, with the lead. Can Israel maintain the momentum that they had until that last second goal? Which, as you said, that's a tough one. Off air, you're like, boy, that's a tough one. But it was 4-1. Oh, there's a quick goal. 4-2 in the third quarter. And just like that, in the fourth, 27 seconds in, the Haudenosaunee strike again.
It's Maracle with another, because why not? Make it number 7 on the night. I think he felt Jackson Porter was catching up to him a little too close. Ooh. This one just squeaks past Gold, rolls over the line, back to the net, and Maracle's got 7.
Gold gets a lot, but the ball trickles into the Yakni corner. And we're back to the face-off dot, 20-11. Podvie a little uncertain about whether to pick that up or leave it for Weiss. He leaves it for Weiss, who bulls through one check pass across. Porter, nice job catching, but great defensive recovery there by Creighton Cree, who's having himself quite a game. Yakni, oh my goodness. He goes the elevator from the Yakni corner right up into the top where they keep the cookies.
Just looking confident. We've seen him score on the power play a couple of times. This time he takes it off that right half wall, right above the restraining line. 2 steps in, has room. Palace couldn't quite get his stick on him, and he's able to bounce one past Hill.
That one's from downtown Yakni, who's Goals have come from a ways out. He is quite an outside shooter.
Haudenosaunee didn't have anyone taking that face off there, and so the ref just blew play in.
You were wondering if they do that, but that's the way it goes. If you don't send someone out within the time that is prescribed for the face-off, that is what you're supposed to do. Oh, nice little arm save. Bat misses the ball in the pickup and is grabbed, but then popped loose. Great shovel pass, just gets away. Gold dives out, and he is laying on the carpet in his crease as that one is tucked home. Lalunya Howie Francis with another one.
Well, as you can see here, Bat takes a hit, ball ends up on the ground as well, and then it's just a mad scramble here. You know, Gold doesn't even have to make a save, but his defender just runs right over him, and Francis can grab it, easy scoop and score. Haudenosaunee's got 21.
45's back on the table.
No, it's not.
No, I guess not. 33, we'd need 12 more to get there. And Gold is looking shaken up as he was laying down. You can see Jennifer seeking out, checking out Justin Gold, making sure he is okay. Any question of anything to the head, you're going to pull him out of there. But Gold's putting the helmet back on, snapping things up. And Austin Reich is running down to help with the gloves and the helmet, get it buckled. I feel like they're going to wait for him to get his gear on. I think Reich is worried after the face-off was blown in before. He's like, get ready, they're going to blow the whistle.
Israel also has 6 on the floor right now. There we go.
At least.
There we go.
And the Haudenosaunee, I've never seen 4 guys in the defensive zone, I don't think, for a face-off in quite that situation.
Van Every's just running over players out there. He's been fun to watch. Just a big kid, big body, not afraid of anyone.
Bounce shot gets a little bit off. Hobday trying to grab it. That's going into the Israel bench. Good to see Justin Gold okay. Creighton Cree has been all over the floor doing a little bit of everything for the Haudenosaunee. Now he's going to set a pick on Merrick Bat, and that's a beauty of a pick, and it's a goal. Diving underneath Thunderhill. Did that ball go straight in? Because it seemed like there was a delay, and he may have been on the turf. We'll see.
Well, at first look, it looked like they just didn't know where the ball was because it got stuck in the net right at the bottom here. You can't see it. Bat's standing right there. I know the defender was trying to come back. Maybe this is a bit of a better angle here as well. He did end up laying on the turf, but yeah, that's definitely a good goal.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to jump on you there. I just got so excited when I realized you could see the ball clearly. Another face-off win here. Great step back. Just missing the shot. Lovely play by Cash Dockstader up to the final element. Griffin Weiss racing after it, taps it ahead to himself to get it away from Owen Van Loon, but he can't pick it up. Van Loon tries to get it, but a nice pick there by Charlton.
The bodies are flying, and I don't think anyone had possession for at least 10 seconds.
Yeah. Griffin Weiss, a little push there. It will be Israel possession. Charlton starts with it, spins away from Van Loon.
Israel only had 3 on the floor there again.
Yeah, they only have 4 now. There's 5. They just sent out Reich. Nice grab by Hill. Tries to throw it. It's knocked down. Goes back. Oh, my goodness. What a sequence. Behind the back. It's a 2-on-0. Oh, that is not fair. That's Oneniotekowa Maracle all alone on Justin Gold. And that will kill your save percentage.
It all starts there in Hill. I mean, he did get his stick hit, but it is what it is.
I think
Palace,
he's crease, though. Sorry.
I thought he had 1 foot in. But Palace a little behind the back, a little flick on a breakaway. There's one player on the floor in this tournament you don't want to see of a breakaway, and that's Maracle.
Remember earlier when he got wide open like that, and you said just one fake, and he puts it in. How many was that one? 4?
Yeah, there was a few extras. He knew he had a little bit more time on that one too.
23-11 for the Haudenosaunee. Israel with possession off the draw. Here's Jaxson. He likes that spot. That one's wide. It's going to be an over and back unless Adams can get there. He cannot. He'll just tap it down.
Well, if you want a crazy stat, Israel's out shooting Haudenosaunee in this game 40-39.
Wow. And I always want a crazy stat. So you don't even have to preface it. Just say, here's a crazy stat. I think we all want the crazy stats. Oh, nice pass. Nice catch. Just missing from top of the crease was Lou Alfred. One of the defenders up for an offensive shift, and he's staying. He wants more. Oh, great pass. He just taps it. Oh, runs through the goalie. Ari Gold giving him a shove. Yeah, we've got an goalie interference penalty on Lou Alfred.
Here's a nice replay of that one. Again, I don't think it's an intentional running into the goaltender, but you can't do it no matter what.
You got to try to avoid him a little bit more than that. So Israel going to the power play, down 23-12. 11:30 to play here in the fourth.
60% on the power play in this game.
And Jaxson once again up at the top.
2
Hands
goals
it
on
off.
the power play for him.
Yeah, it's going to come back to him. There it is. See how quickly they come across. That was Van Loon. They are immediately on him, which opens up Porter. This one stopped, though, by Hill. But look for Jaxson Porter to try and take advantage of that because they are so on Jaxson.
Porter scored multiple times short side. This time he tries to go across the body, and Hill reads him.
Good to mix it up, though.
Well, if it's working.
Several schools of thought, right? Can't go to the well too often, but oh, nice try. Losing control of the ball was Cole Palace. Gets it back and quickly whips it behind the back, but the save by Gold. Here's Weiss.
That looked more like his uncle Marshall Palace.
Yes. Excellent point. Yeah, we had a really nice chat with Cam Hill, one of the coaches for the Haudenosaunee, about all the family connections that this team has with a lot of names you would recognize. Marshall Palace and Johnny Palace being among them. Here's Vance Adams. He'll just calmly adjust the glove. It's not a play you see defenders usually making. That's a forward play. Like, I'll just adjust my glove while I got some time. Long bounce pass, scooped up by Doc Stater. 6 on the shot clock, still 30 seconds left, 33 on the penalty. Hard cross-floor pass. The 30 expired, and that takes us just past 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back to World Juniors on TSN right after this.
Perfect.
Wish me well. The Canadian Lacrosse League is proud to work with Support Our Troops, donating proceeds from the military jersey auction to help Canadian military members, veterans, and their families overcome extraordinary challenges as a result of military service. Visit supportourtroops.ca for more information. Very worthwhile cause. Do hope you can help contribute to that. We are ready to go here with a 23-12 lead for the Haudenosaunee. I'm Stephen Stamp with Cody Jansen. Jenner, the power play, 28 seconds left for Israel. Jaxson or Porter, who's taking the next shot?
Well, the way they've been covering Yakni, it'll be tough for him to get a shot off. Obviously, they've got 3 power play goals in this game. It's something that has been working for them as well. But right now, just about building confidence. You got to be feeling it. You may maybe try some different plays on the power play, or you just score from the outside.
Yeah, just toss it over to Nick McKee, our player of the game from last night. I think he's got 1 so far today, but that makes it 2. Very
There's the
similar to
hat
what he
trick.
had. Oh, that's 3. Okay, a quiet hat trick.
And you can just see Yakni, and the defenders are way up on him, right? So what are his options? Well, his 2 guys up top with him. You got McKee and you got Porter. Porter was open if you want to throw a quick stick in tight there, but why do it if McKee's just going to rip one 5-hole?
Well, and it was interesting to see Owen Van Loon creeping up really high, I think, to take away that angle to Porter and say, hey, go to the other side and try and beat us. They did, but still the right play. But that top of the power play really shifting and adjusting to what's going on. Israel gets it back. Looking for 14, saved by Hill. Pounces on the rebound, scooped up there by Owen Van Loon. Runs out the back of the crease. Long outlet pass through everybody. What a pass to get it ahead to Daibo. He rips one over to Dockstader. Got away from him. They'll just slow it down and set up the O. What an outlet pass from behind the goal line extended. Here's Daibo. Gets the pick from Maracle. The roll not there. Nice defensive work on the 2-man game by Israel. But they go back door and find Lalunya Howie Francis for another one.
Daibo right here, a little fadeaway pass, backdoor quick stick. He doesn't even have to pull this one short side. He actually goes over the head almost towards the left and that there. Over the shoulder, perfect placement. That's, part of the benefit of being over 6 feet tall.
Good point. Haudenosaunee with the ball off the face-off. Nice job by Podvy to strip that one. There's another rip. That one a sidearm from Hadoa Smith. Oh, and they're saying illegal substitution, so no goal. And instead of adding one, the Haudenosaunee will serve 2 minutes or less. Yeah, it's wiped out officially. And Austin Reich will start with the ball. He's looking for the play to start, but nobody's come across to serve yet. And there we go. I actually thought Lowen Oscott's Porter was the in-home. Served one earlier. Yakni at the top. There's another one for Porter. Hill got a bit. Interesting. I was just going to mention that Colby Martin was out instead of Van Loon, who had been the top of the penalty kill. And it works out pretty well for Israel.
Now up to 5 goals on the power play and 5 goals for Jaxson Porter as well. He's just not afraid of taking contact as well. He'll get right in the slot, right in the dirty areas, and he makes them pay. I think he's got some blood as he's taking a quick peek there as well. Test out the jaw. Durability's fine. 5 goals will help.
You've said it a few times during the tournament. It never hurts as much when you score.
It never does.
Weiss on the run. He's got 2 with him. Great job. What a save. Off the shoulder, then off the post. Love the angle from Griffin Weiss that time to get across to the far side and just open up space for Charlton. A little swat by Griffin Weiss, and he gets a return shot from Lou Alfred. Yeah, they're going to go get them both. That's going to be Alfred and Weiss, I bet, because they were engaging as they went to the bench. There was a tussle in the corner. Weiss spun and took a slash at Alfred, and then as they went to the bench, Alfred just ran him over.
Just making new friends in Winnipeg.
Yeah. Oh, actually. Well, somebody's got to go. Is it just the one penalty?
Griffin Weiss and Vance Adams.
Oh, and Vance Adams isn't. Okay. Right, of course, the power play goal freed the previous penalty. I was looking for another player. Hard to keep track here. You still confident that we're not hitting 45? We're at 38.
I'm confident.
Okay. Haudenosaunee with the pass into the corner, bounces right out into the danger area in front of the crease. That's a loose ball push. And then a cross check from Hadoa Smith onto Merrick Bat. And Smith is shaking the gloves, but that's a tournament ender if you drop the gloves and go. So that is not going to happen. Merrick Bat will trot by and a little bump. Roger Nurse is saying, don't do anything to both of them. Don't do it. Did Bat get a spearing penalty? I thought I heard the spear called. See if it's a 2, if anything goes up. No, I think they're just going to be offsetting. Because the spearing is always a 5, is it not?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a major.
Okay. We'll have to check what the penalty actually was. Doesn't matter as we're remaining at 5-on-5 with about 7.5 to go here. Oh, pass knocked away by Podview. Continues to play very well. But it's Lelenia Howie Francis gets it. Oh, okay, it's a spearing minor. So we're both wrong. I thought it was only available as a major.
I don't know if I've ever seen a 2-minute spearing in my life.
Not sure that I have.
There's some vicious hacks happening out there. No one's making friends.
Yakney behind the net, or sorry, that was Burns behind the net. They come back out top. Fighting through is Adams. His shot didn't get anywhere near the net, but it rolls to the turf, and that's a tackle. And yeah, that'll be a hold. And a slash. That might be another one there for Kyron Lazor. I'm not sure why he's hitting someone with his stick while he's supposed to be heading to the penalty box. He's getting a little contentious.
Well, as you can see on the replay there, the first one, he's got him as a backpack, throws him to the ground, and then after the fact, too, you get a little slash.
I mean, it's not much of a slash, but why do it?
Last 2 Israel goals have come on power plays.
Yakney didn't get it down into the Yakney corner, so Hill makes the stop. Loose ball push, and Israel will get the ball back.
We got refs pointing both directions here.
I mean, the loose ball push I assumed was knocking Cole Powless down. And yeah, they will get together and give the ball to the Haudenosaunee. Correct call. Oh, great pass, great catch, great shot. Thunderhill with the finish. What a beauty for a short-handed marker.
Perfect feed there by Maracle. Catches Hill on the run. Doesn't sit in his stick for too long, right? Catch, release, back to the net.
25-14, 39 goals total. 6:23 to go. You a little nervous about your 45?
Not at all.
All right.
That's our first shorty of the game.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, because there's been quite a few power plays.
I didn't have any on my game notes, so I had to double check. And, per the live scoring, that's our first shorthanded goal.
Well, there you go. Israel still in the power play. Yakney at the top. The pass through, and Burns took a bit of a swat to the face. Had to adjust his mask. Sets a pick. Nice screen, but Hill has a good look at the shot from Hobday and makes the stop. Some pressure on the forecheck. Haudenosaunee have to fight to get through it. Nice job. Very poised play by Lowen Oscott's Porter. Hands it off to Van Loon. We'll just wait for his cohort to join him. He's going to stay out there. 3 righties for the Haudenosaunee. Great pass. Nice catch by Van Loon. He is knocked down from behind. I think the Haudenosaunee wanted to check from behind. Long outlet pass won't get there. You could just see Lou Alford closing in. Yakney, though, fighting to get it. Does he know he has a teammate with him? Not sure that he did. Realize that he had Eli Rosenberg there. He went back for his stick. He could have just tried to fight for the ball and kick it over. Oh, great pass to Maracle. Nice shot, but just a little bit wide. Will they be able to get it? They do. It's tracked down there by Dockstader to save the over and back. 22 seconds, 10 on the penalty. That is 10, 9, 8 now on the shot clock. They can't quite kill it all. Probably enough that Israel won't be taking a chance at shooting as the 30 expires with 10 to go on the penalty. And that takes us into the final 5 minutes and our final break. We'll be back to the 2022 World Junior Lacrosse Championship on TSN.
A lot of goals.
Tech Savvy is the official communications partner of the World Junior Lacrosse Championship. Visit www.techsavvy.com today.
What more can you say about Oneniotekowa Maracle? He has been a man on a mission in this game, and you see these first couple of goals where he's burning defenders down low, and it just shows he can do it in different ways. Outside shot, inside shot. He's got 8 goals in this contest, 4 assists as well. As you get a look at the little crease dive, able to sneak one in 5-hole transition on a breakaway. Just a dynamic forward. And I think we're going to be talking about him as one of the players of the tournament here. Not just, pretty much a shoo-in for player of the game in this one, but 8 goals here. He's leading the tournament in scoring. He was leading the tournament in scoring after the first half. That's how good he's been, and this is Haudenosaunee's first game.
Stick with us post-game as he has a big smile as his teammates are all saying, hey, look at you up there on the highlight reel. Stick with us post-game for the Player of the Game awards, which are sticks from the Ojibwe Great Lakes Lacrosse, their Ojibwe Great Lakes Lacrosse sticks, the kind that were used often here in Treaty 1 territory. Sticks made by Bemidji Stick Maker out of North Dakota, and they are lovely, very cool. Here comes Israel on the power play for just 5 seconds. They look like they're thinking shot. Porter rips it, and they'll get a fresh 30 as the penalty expires. Porter's feeling it. The little sidearm didn't quite get home. Lazor runs in to play some defense. And we're back to 5-on-5 with 4.5 to play. Pass skips away, but Porter tracks it down. Nice pass through the middle. Hobday stopped. Great save, Lyndon Hill. Big collision on the crease. Oh, what a save by Hill. Behind the back, but it was through the crease. Didn't matter. Hill had it anyway. Now he's just running it up the floor. Bounce pass, nice little chest play there by Cash Dockstader. You can play it off your chest, just can't use your hands. Behind the back flip. Here's Dybo. Oh, what a pickoff. And Justin Gold was standing over at the far post, had no idea that the ball had been picked off by Thunder Hill, who scores the easiest goal of his career.
Thunder Hill now up to 4 goals in the game. As you can see, this is just a mental error right now, thinking, hey, maybe I can throw an easy outlet pass. Instead, Hill reads him like a book, puts his stick up, knows exactly where it's going, and hard to miss those.
Haudenosaunee with possession. They will toss it back up high to Creighton Cree. Dybo quickly down to Blake Maracle. There's Cree, the hard shot, but it's well wide. Stays in play. Oh, just skips away from Maracle and grabbed there by Tepper. Outlet for Israel Reich on the run. Got a couple guys coming off the bench. Every lane pretty much taken, so Rice will just shoot it. Not a bad shot. Stopped fairly easily by Hill, but the outlet pass gets away. Griffin Weiss under a little bit of pressure. That's a nice little cut. Gets over center. Weiss left it there for Nick McKee. Strong right set for Israel. Double picks down low. They isolate on the far side for Burns. He ducks underneath, shoots. Nice little swinging arm save there by Lyndon Hill. 2.5 to go, 26-14. Haudenosaunee over Israel. In the first game of day 2 here at the World Juniors in Winnipeg at the Canada Life Center. Oh, stepping into the middle. That's a nice move by Oneniotekowa Francis. Now here, though, is an outlet pass for Griffin Weiss. He can't handle it, but he's got a man ahead. Nice check at the last moment by Vance Adams as Weiss was about to flick it ahead to Yakney. Instead, the Haudenosaunee get it, and Damon Dockstader runs into the offensive zone. Gets a little pick, shoots, scores! Lovely little pick from Blake Maracle, and the sidearm snipe inside the far post.
Dockstader's got his hat trick right there, and Haudenosaunee has 27 goals. He scored all of them from kind of outside as well. Heavy shot, perfectly placed, shoots it right around bat as well. That's a perfect screen to shoot around there. Gold, I don't think he perfectly saw the release here, and it goes far side on him.
27-14 with just under 2 minutes to play.
One of the interesting notes, Stephen, from talking to some of the staff from Haudenosaunee earlier, and we talk about some of the unique names as well. Well, we got some background on that. Oneniotekowa, Maracle, there is, you're only allowed one name per nation. And that was something interesting to learn about the Haudenosaunee, and also that it's not the parents that are naming the kids. It's the elders actually naming them. So that's why you're getting these unique names, and that's why it's so important for us to learn about it, to, go over the pronunciation and really elaborate on how special it is that they get to compete at this tournament.
Lucas Podvie with the shot, the big save by Lyndon Hill. But yeah, we love that from Brent Maracle, hearing that about the elders naming, and that there is, it is a unique name. There's only one person named, Oneniotekowa in their nation. Very cool, and we really, again, appreciate the help from Brent Maracle. Oh, that shot was kind of an excuse me shot. Gold just making the save. Here's Griffin Weiss. Will rip it on his offside. Hill, a bit of an awkward save, but it's a save. And here come the Haudenosaunee the other way. Long outlet pass, and all on his own is Thunder Hill. The save by Gold. Hill tried to get it. Nice hustle. Oh, but then the swinging reverse to tuck it in. An effort there by Corbin Wiley to take it away. But we've got another goal.
Thunder Hill here gets a second crack at it. Now up to 5 goals in the game. Gold makes that first save. The defender tries to lay a hit instead of going for the ball there. So I guess you can take your pick if you want the body or the ball. Ends up making the wrong choice. Hill gets the rebound. And we're up to 41 goals now. 42.
42 is showing 28-14 on the board. So 42 goals, 40 seconds to play. I don't think we'll get 3. That's over and back. Is it not? I thought he'd gone far enough forward, but I guess not. We'll keep rolling with 30 seconds to play. Remember, stick with us for the player of the game presentations after the game and the anthem of the winning team, the winning nation, which will be, we firmly believe, Haudenosaunee in this game.
Yeah, I think you're safe to say that now with less than 20 seconds to go, Stamper.
I'll go out on a limb. Little sidearm rip, another save for Justin Gold. Penalty coming as Blake Maracle was flattened. It's going to be a high stick the play afterwards, and Merrick Batt is getting pretty familiar with that penalty box on the visitor side. So just 8.2 seconds to go. It'll be a brief power play. If I were a betting man, I would lay some odds that the Oneniotekowa Francis will just stand at center for 8 seconds. Nope, he's going to run in. I'd lose. That's why I don't bet. But that will do it. 28. Wait, the buzzer went. There was still time on the clock. There's indicating goal. Come on. The buzzer was sounding in the arena. Israel stopped playing.
Yeah, we had 5 different signals on that one. So your guess at home is as good as ours right now, if that's going to count or not. But I think at the end of
goal
the day,
signal went
we
up
all know who won the game, and
Yes.
that's most important. Final score, maybe that's still up for grabs.
Lyndon Hill getting congratulations from his teammates. A terrific half. What a battle in the second half for Israel.
That third quarter was the best lacrosse we've seen them play through 2 games.
It was. They won that quarter 4-2. Things fell apart a little bit in the fourth as it was a 9-3 quarter for the Haudenosaunee. And just shows you how quickly they can strike. And there is Oneniotekowa Maracle. The Player of the Game Awards will be presented in a moment.
Final shots in this one, 57-54 in favor of the Haudenosaunee. So a lot closer than the score actually was, and shows me that Haudenosaunee got some goaltending in this tournament as well. Like Hill and Nicholas, both of them made some big saves on an Israel team that's got some real gamers.
Yeah, very good. It was a fun game. I mean, for a game that wound up with one team doubling the other, 4 touchdowns to 2. You might not think it was that. I don't know. I thought it was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed watching it. It would be nice, like we said, to see a bit more defense, but what a game. Here we are, ready for the Player of the Game presentations.
And handing out the awards, our IIJL Vice President and President of U.S. Indoor Lacrosse, Graham D'Alvia. So it's going to be Jaxson Porter getting Player of the Game for Israel. Then IIJL President and CLL President Chris Fox will hand out the other one. And I think you at home can take a guess on who's going to get it. Oneniotekowa Maracle. There was no other choice. There really was no other choice. He now leads the tournament in scoring after just 1 game, and this performance is putting him on the map. 8 goals in a contest, 4 assists, 12 points. Incredible effort by both of them. I thought Porter had a great game as well and elevated his game from their opener against Poland.
He absolutely did. Great game. One of the things with so many goals, 42 goals, is that took him quite a while. Here we go, Haudenosaunee anthem. So Haudenosaunee get the win in their debut. Israel falls to 1-1, and in just under 40 minutes, we'll be back with the USA and Canada. I'm Steven Stamp for Cody Jansen and everyone here at the 2022 World Juniors in Winnipeg. Thanks for being with us here on TSN. Join us for the next game in 38 minutes.
No, I was on the other one. It's the website, though.